Let me tell you something. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming to knock on your door and hand you the life you want. Nobody is coming to do the hard work for you. Nobody is coming to carry your pain, fix your past, or rescue you from the choices you keep avoiding. And I know that sounds harsh. I know it hits deep, but sometimes the truth has to hit you before it can heal you. How long are you going to wait? How long are you going to sit there hoping life suddenly becomes fair? Hoping someone finally understands you, finally helps you, finally gives you the break you think you deserve? Listen to me. Waiting is not a plan. Wishing is not a strategy. If you don't take control of your life, life will take control of you. Every day you delay is another day you stay stuck. And the world keeps moving. Time doesn't pause because you're hurting. So hear this clearly. The moment you accept that nobody is coming is the moment you become powerful. Because now it's on you. And that's where change begins. The victim mindset is one of the most comfortable prisons in the world. It's warm in there. It's familiar. It gives you excuses. It gives you reasons. It gives you someone else to blame. And at first, it feels safe. Because if you're the victim, then it's not your fault, right? If you're the victim, then you don't have to risk failing again. You don't have to face the fear. You don't have to step into the unknown. But let me ask you something. What has that mindset really given you? Has it given you freedom, or has it kept you trapped? Because the victim mindset doesn't just hold you back, it slowly steals your life. It convinces you that you have no power, that you have no control, that everything is happening to you and there's nothing you can do. It's like sitting in a locked cell while the door is actually open. You stay inside because stepping out will require responsibility. Stepping out will require courage. Stepping out will require change. And change is uncomfortable, but staying the same is deadly. You can be a victim or you can be a fighter. You don't get to be both. Life will hit you. Life will test you. That part is guaranteed. But what defines you is what you do next. Do you stay down and say, why does this always happen to me? Or do you rise up and say, this will not break me? A fighter doesn't pretend life is easy. A fighter just refuses to quit. Look at the people you admire, the ones who overcame the odds, the ones who turned pain into purpose. They weren't special because they never struggled. They were special because they didn't stay stuck in the struggle. They didn't build their future by blaming their past. They built it by facing reality and moving forward anyway. Now let's talk about what it really means to live like a victim. A victim believes life is always happening to them. Everything is outside their control. Every setback is someone else's fault. Every disappointment becomes proof that life is unfair. And yes, life can be unfair, but staying powerless is a choice. Victims live in constant reaction. They don't lead their life, they just respond to it. Something goes wrong and they collapse. Someone hurts them and they carry it forever. They wait for motivation. They wait for rescue. They wait for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment never comes. And the longer you wait, the heavier your life becomes. Blame, complaints, and waiting for rescue are the habits of the victim. Blame sounds like it's because of them. Complaining sounds like nothing ever works out. Waiting sounds like maybe someday, but someday is not a day on the calendar. Let me tell you something. Every time you complain without action, you are giving away your power. Because the more you blame, the weaker you become. Blame feels good for a moment, like relief, but it costs you everything. It keeps you stuck in the same place, telling the same story, living the same cycle. And here's the truth. Being a victim is like sitting in the rain and refusing to stand up. The rain is real. The storm is real. The pain is real. But you are still responsible for getting up. Life is hard. That's reality. Life doesn't ask permission before it hits you. It doesn't wait until you're ready. It doesn't care about your comfort. People lose jobs. Hearts get broken. Dreams fall apart. Plans fail. That's life. But life being hard is not an excuse to stop. Your past explains you, but it does not excuse you. Maybe you were raised in chaos. Maybe you were hurt. Maybe you didn't get what others got. That's real. That matters. But you cannot build tomorrow while living inside yesterday. You've been hurt. You've been tested. You've been broken. But listen, you're still here. And that means something. That means the story isn't over. Storms don't come to destroy you. They come to reveal you. They reveal what you're made of. They reveal whether you will stay the victim or become the fighter. So the question is simple. What are you going to choose? The danger of staying the victim is that it doesn't just hurt you once, it becomes who you are. Victimhood becomes an addiction if you let it. Let me tell you something. People don't realize how easy it is to get comfortable in pain, how easy it is to make excuses feel like protection. Because victimhood gives you something. It gives you attention. It gives you sympathy. It gives you a reason not to try again. And at first, it feels good. It feels like relief. Like you don't have to carry the weight of responsibility anymore. But listen closely. What feels comfortable today will destroy you tomorrow. It's like quicksand. The more you sink into it, the harder it is to climb out. You start telling yourself, this is just how life is. You start believing, this is just who I am. And slowly, you stop fighting. You stop growing. You stop moving. Think about it like this. Victimhood is a drug. It numbs the pain, but it also numbs your power. And if you keep taking it, you lose yourself. You don't even notice it happening. One excuse turns into another. One complaint becomes a lifestyle. One setback becomes your identity. And then one day, years have passed, and you're still stuck in the same place. If you stay the victim, you stay stuck. That's the consequence. You don't heal. You don't rise. You don't build. You just survive. And survival is not the life you were meant to live. Look at people who never escape their circumstances. It's not always because they lack talent. It's not always because life was harder for them. It's because they kept waiting for life to change instead of changing themselves. They kept saying, someone should help me. They kept saying, it's not fair. They kept saying, I can't. And those words became walls. Let me ask you something. How long are you going to stay there? Because life doesn't reward excuses. Life rewards action. And the longer you stay the victim, the more your dreams rot in the background. If you stay the victim, you stay stuck. And stuck is dangerous because stuck turns into regret. And regret is heavier than any struggle. Now, here's the difference between a victim and a warrior. A victim asks, why me? A warrior asks, what now? Do you see the shift? Why me? Keeps you looking backward. What now? Forces you forward. Why me? Makes you powerless. What now? Makes you responsible. And responsibility is where strength is born. Think about the greatest comeback stories you've ever heard. People like Oprah, who came from poverty and pain but didn't let it define her. People like Michael Jordan, who got cut from his high school team but didn't sit in self-pity. He worked. He rose. They didn't ask, why did this happen? They asked, what do I do next? That's the warrior mindset. It's not about pretending life is easy. It's about refusing to stay down. Because the truth is, pain will visit everyone, but suffering is a decision. And the moment you stop asking why me is the moment you start becoming unstoppable. Excuses are chains disguised as reasons. Let that sink in. Excuses sound logical. Excuses sound believable. Excuses sound like truth. But they are still chains that keep you locked in place. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'm too broken. It's too late. Those aren't facts. Those are prisons you build with your own words. And the longer you wear those chains, the more normal they feel. But chains don't stop being chains just because you got used to them. If you don't break them, they will break you. So hear me clearly. Stop defending the very thing that's holding you back. Now let's go deeper. Nobody is coming, and that's your power. The hard truth is simple. Nobody is coming to fix this. Nobody is coming to force you to change. Nobody is coming to save you from your habits. The world will not slow down because you're struggling. And I know that sounds brutal, but it's real. In reality, is the beginning of freedom. Because when you finally accept that nobody is coming, you stop waiting. You stop hoping. You stop depending. And you start becoming the best news. That means it's on you. That means you have the power. That means your life is not in someone else's hands. It's in yours. That is empowerment. Because if it's on you, then you can change it. If it's on you, then you can rise. If it's on you, then you can rebuild. Stop giving your power away. Stop acting like you're a passenger in your own life. You are not a passenger. You are the driver. You choose the direction. You choose the speed. You choose whether you stay stuck or move forward. Life is the road. But your mindset is the steering wheel. And if you don't take control, you will crash into the same place again and again. So stop waiting. Stand up. Take control. Let me tell you something. Your future is not going to be built by comfort. It will be built by courage. It will be built by discipline. It will be built by the choices you make when nobody is watching. And that brings us to the hardest lesson of all. It may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. Read that again in your mind. Maybe you were hurt. Maybe you were betrayed. Maybe life gave you a heavier load than others. That's real. But responsibility is still yours because nobody can heal for you. Nobody can grow for you. Nobody can fight your battles inside your mind. Blame keeps you trapped. Responsibility sets you free. Blame says, they did this to me. Responsibility says, now I decide what happens next. That is freedom. Life dealt you cards. Now play the hand. Maybe you didn't get the best start. Maybe you didn't get the easiest life, but you still have to play. Sitting at the table complaining won't change the game. You either play or you lose by default. No one owes you healing. No one owes you discipline. No one owes you success. That's tough love, but it's true. The world doesn't hand out rewards for pain. The world rewards those who rise anyway. So own it, face it, fix it, own your life, face your truth, fix what you can. Because the moment you stop being the victim is the moment you start becoming the comeback. Stop telling yourself the same sad story because the story you repeat becomes the life you live. Let me tell you something. Your mind is always listening. Every time you say, I'm not good enough, your mind believes it. Every time you say, this always happens to me, your mind accepts it. Every time you replay the same pain, the same failure, the same disappointment, you are building a home inside that moment. And you cannot move forward if you keep living in yesterday. Ask yourself, what story are you telling yourself right now? Is it a story of growth or is it a story of defeat? Because your life will follow the script you keep reading. Some people live the same year 50 times because they never change the story. They just repeat it. Same excuses, same fear, same pain, different day. But hear me clearly, you are not trapped by life. You are trapped by the story. You keep feeding yourself. Words are seeds. What are you planting? Every word you speak is a seed. Every thought you repeat is a seed. And sooner or later, you will harvest what you plant. If you plant doubt, you will grow fear. If you plant excuses, you will grow weakness. If you plant blame, you will grow bitterness. But if you plant belief, you grow strength. If you plant discipline, you grow freedom. If you plant courage, you grow a future. Think about a farmer. A farmer doesn't plant poison and expect fruit. So why do you plant negative words and expect a strong life? Why do you speak death over your dreams and then wonder why nothing grows. Let me ask you, when you look at your life, what have you been planning? Because your words are not harmless. They are shaping you. They are building you. They are becoming you. Now, listen to the language of a victim. I can't. It's too late. They ruined me. That is victim talk. And it sounds normal because it's everywhere. People wear defeat like a badge. They say, this is just who I am. No, that's who you decided to be. I can't is not a fact. It's a surrender. It's too late is not truth. It's fear wearing a mask. They ruined me is giving someone else the keys to your life. Let me tell you something. People may have hurt you. Life may have hit you. But you do not have to stay there. You do not have to keep speaking like the ending has already been written. Because the moment you say, I can't, you stop trying. And the moment you stop trying, you stop living. So stop saying you're broken. Start saying you're building. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not finished. You are not done. You are in progress. A house under construction looks messy. There is noise. There is dust. There are broken pieces everywhere. But that doesn't mean it's ruined. It means it's being built. And that's you. Stop calling yourself damaged. Start calling yourself developing. Stop calling yourself defeated. Start calling yourself disciplined. New story, new habits, new life. Now let's talk about pain. Pain isn't here to punish you. It's here to push you. Every person who's ever grown had to go through something. Pain is part of the process. Pain is the weight in the gym. It hurts, yes, but it makes you stronger. Some of the greatest people in history were shaped by struggle. Nelson Mandela spent decades imprisoned, but he didn't come out a victim. He came out a leader. Because pain can either break you or build you. The difference is what you choose. Don't waste your pain. Use it. Fire doesn't destroy gold. It reveals it. Gold goes through fire not because it's worthless, but because it's valuable. The fire burns away what doesn't belong. And life does the same. The pressure you feel is revealing you. The struggle you're in is shaping you. The storm you're facing is showing you what you're made of. So stop asking, why is this happening? And start asking, what is this making me? You were not buried. You were planted. Let me tell you something. A seed goes into the ground and it looks like the end. Darkness, silence, pressure. But that's not burial. That's preparation. That's growth happening where nobody can see it. And maybe that's where you are right now. In the dark, feeling forgotten, feeling stuck. But beneath the surface, something is growing. And one day, you will rise. Now hear this. The moment you change is the moment you decide. Change doesn't come from wishing. It comes from deciding, not hoping, not waiting, deciding, because nothing changes until you do. You can watch motivational videos all day. You can talk about goals all year. But if you don't decide, you don't move, draw the line. Enough is enough. Enough excuses. Enough fear. Enough waiting. Enough being the victim. This is the moment you stop negotiating with your weakness. This is the moment you stand up and say, my life will not stay this way. Because your comfort zone will cost you everything. Comfort feels safe, but comfort kills dreams. Comfort keeps you small. Comfort keeps you stuck. And one day, comfort turns into regret. So step out, even scared, even unsure. Move anyway. Now listen to me as we close. You are not helpless. You are not finished. You are not done. You are still here. And that means you still have a choice. Get up, get moving, get stronger. One step, one decision, one action. Because if you stay down, life will keep stepping over you. The world does not stop. Time does not pause. So rise, fight, build, become. Don't be the victim, be the comeback.